My husband used to sleep in a coffin for half of the night, and then he comes to my bed for the remaining half of the night. This is my story, and it is a very sad story. Story time part 1. Lioness Lizzie, so I don't want to go to so much detail on how I grew up and all that, because the main reason why I come to you is to tell you part of the darkest moment that I encountered as a married young woman. I met this man that we've been together for some time. That was since I was in university. And at this time, this man was still working. He was already working and he was supporting me a lot. He was a nice guy. And one of the main reason that I really loved him was simply because he was giving a lot. He would give his time. He would give his money. He would spend so much to me. And he made me feel appreciated and loved, as any woman would always want. Anyway, it got into a point that I had to introduce him to my family, as he had already introduced me to his family. So moving forward, when I introduced this person to my family, they all loved him because he's a man who comes with so much in his hand. He was here supporting my siblings. He was paying my sister and brother university fee. And he was already there helping my mom to get a new house, because my mom was living in the old house that my dad, had built before he died. So he came to my family as someone that we really needed. I was so proud that at least I married someone who was really deserving me and deserving to be part of our family, because he was really loved. He was this just very nice man. So it got into a point, and of course, after any long-term relationship and all that, all you think about is now marriage. And I was so happy to get married to him. I even was looking forward for the day that he would propose. Anyway, we went to Dubai for the very first time that we traveled to Dubai. He's a businessman. He's also employed. He's employed other people. I will not get into so much detail of what he does, because I don't want anyone to have a hint of who he is. So this day, we were in Dubai. He proposes to me, and he was like, I want to spend all time of my life together with me. And I was like, of course, this is my prayer, and it's now officially answered. Wow. We came back. We started now with preparation for the wedding. He had to do the engagement party that was back in my home. He ensured before we went for the engagement party, he had paid for the dowry. He had spoiled my mom, spoiled my siblings, my uncles, my aunties. No one didn't like this man. And we were all waiting for the day that he will eventually walk down me to his house as his wife. So this day comes, and we had this big wedding that was attended with so much, as I have already seen the photos of the wedding. Yeah, it was a really immaculate wedding. It was a very beautiful wedding. Anything that any woman would dream or admire. So after the wedding, we went for the honeymoon. That was away from our home, so we did not get any time to spend in his house. Let me bring you back to some of the few details that I feel like I didn't provide to you. When I was dating this guy, most of the time we will only spend our time in very beautiful hotels. There are few times that we visited his brother. There are few other times that we visited his mom in the village. Most of our time we were just outside. The only few times that I happened to go to his house, because he claimed that he was living with some niece and nephew from his other half sibling. So it was not an appropriate space for us to just go there and stay during our date time. So most of the time we will spend in hotels, and he will come also to my space, because at this point he was paying my school, he was helping me with my school fees and my rent. He was now rented me an accommodation place in the big city. Now that was like our common space, because it is his house as much as it is mine. He was paying all bills. He had furnished really well. You know, he was just a nice person. So that is where I want to focus on. We used to spend most of the time either in my house or in the accommodation that we've rented, or in hotels, or maybe in his other family member. No single day I ever spent a night to this man's house. Lioness Lizzie. So it got into a point that now I'm the wife and we're coming back from the honeymoon. Good Lord. I knew his house because I had visited his house during the day, but I had never slept there. It was a very good house, of course, but now after the wedding, he said that he's going to move to a house that is more welcoming, a house that has enough space for us as a couple and for the kids that he was supporting that were staying with him. So he ended up moving house to another different place that I'm not going to mention. Eventually, we are in our new apartment. It's a mansion. It's a very beautiful home. I was so happy because he had to furnish so many of the new stuff that we were looking online when we are during our honeymoon, and I loved it. So the first 2 nights, this man tells me that he really wants just to be giving thanks to God, and he will spend most of the night because he was still at home. He was not doing so much at work or anything. So he said he will be spending most of the time just giving thanks to God for the father. Now the two of us we've come from, we all have the background to do with Christianity, and I really respected that, though I was still having so many questions, because this guy is one of the person that I've never known of him being so fanatical to Christianity or something like that. But at this point now, he's saying that he needs to spend most of the time for the 2 nights just being so appreciative to God for his new marriage and dedicating the marriage to God, of which I said it's okay. So this house has 2 stories, and at this point I had decided that we go for the final room, the master bedroom upstairs, the last upstairs. And I was like, maybe this room has a nice view and it's big, it's all that. And then the second one, maybe that one we can hold for the kids that he was supporting. And then on the basement where we had the lounge, that is where our parents or anyone would stay when they come to visit. Yo, guys. In the master bedroom that we were spending, it's a really big master bedroom. It had a walk-in closet and a balcony. It was really big. There was so much that I didn't know about this house until the 3rd day, my 3rd day in this house. I was like in a big shock. I did not know what to say, because shit unveiled. The man I married is something else. Story time coming to. Follow me for more. Part 2. Lioness Lizzie. So my 3rd day in my marriage, I was in a very big shock. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know if I should call my family. I was left in a very big dilemma. I was at a point of giving up, because come on, we've had a very big wedding. Everyone knows us. Our family love this guy. Their family love me so much. This was an investment. It was not something that just came in blindly. And I was so willing to do anything just to keep my marriage. This was my 3rd day. And when this man said that he's going to pray, he was like, I need an extra night for me to just go and pray, so that I can dedicate our house in God. Then I realized that in the room where he goes and pray from, there is a casket, there is a coffin in that room. And I was just like, something, my spirit told me, just go and see what he's doing, because there's no way someone will be praying every time until this specific time and then comes to the bedroom, to your bed to sleep. Then I was like, you need to go and see. So I went to that room. It's not like really far from my room, but it's just like next, but you need to go down the stairs. So I went to that room, and the shock of my life, the casket, the coffin is just on the ground, on the floor. Guys, I was so shocked. I didn't know what to do. This is not even, I thought like I was dreaming. At first I was like, what a dream, what is wrong with me? This is dreaming, this is not true. This is a casket. So I decided to run away. The door was not closed, so the door was open, the door was left open, and this guy was inside the casket. It was not covered with the top thing on of the casket. I don't know what they call it. Jesus. So I knew something is wrong. I went back to my bedroom. I was in shock. I called the gate man. I was like, are you there? And the gate man is like, yeah, madam. And I was like, I want you to come. And then I said, wait, I'll call you. So I locked my door, my bedroom door. I was like, no, maybe call this man, just call him. I call his phone number, the phone is in the bedroom, and I'm like, what do I do? So something told me, the gate man kept on asking, is everything okay? I said, yeah, everything is okay, just relax. In case I need you, you need to come immediately. Something has happened to Oga. You need to come and see later when I call you. So in this belief, I was like, let me go again and confirm. Did I just see the casket, or was this something? Was it, what is it? Is it an illusion? What is it? I need to confirm what I just saw. So I went back to that room. Guys, this guy is dead asleep in a casket. He's sleeping. He's like he's a dead person inside the casket. And I'm thinking, wait, I looked inside. Yes, it is him with his night PJ. He's already wearing his PJ in the casket. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so done. And I need to call my parents right away. So in me, I knew this is something to do with demonic. I was like, today I need to start praying. I need to start being serious with God, because my life is all gone. I went back to the room, locked the door, and I was like, what do I do? Should I run away? I'm now even so scared. I'm nervous. I'm in a completely flight mode. I don't know what to do. No, something said to me, no, Lizzie, go and check. Maybe someone has come into this house, killed your husband, and now you thinking maybe he's acting on you, and maybe someone has killed him. Maybe this is something more than just what you're thinking of. So I went to that room, and I did not go inside, but I started calling him from outside. I called him, he's not responding. And now at this point, this is actually confirming that whatever my doubts were, no, it's not. And I'm now in a flight shocked mode. I'm like, Jesus, they have killed him. Maybe we have some robberies in the house. I'm like, something has happened. I need to call police right now. So I went and locked myself in the room, and I called the gate man, and I was like, please, you need to call police right now. You need to call police right now. They need to be here immediately. So I called policemen. They came together with this guy, with the security guard. At this point, I told them where the spare key was, because we used to have a somewhere in the entrance where we will put it's called a safe key lock, whatever, where we will put the house key. So I told them the passcode, and they came inside, and I was like, you know what? Just go to the room next to my bedroom on the first level. So I was like, you just go there and check. I'm not coming out. So when the police confirmed that they're there at the door, I had to come out. Trust me, this man is still dead asleep. He's dead. You cannot, he's not all this, he doesn't even hear anything. So the police entered. They definitely had to come out, and then we went inside together, and I was like, okay, cool. My husband, I've just seen him, he's in the coffin in that room. So they were like, okay, cool. So one of the police lady took me downstairs with me, and then they were like, you know what, we don't know what the situation around what is happening. So we need to make sure that you're safe. So can you come with me? We need to go downstairs. We need to make sure that you are safe before in case of anything. So in case maybe there's more shooting, or in case of maybe there's other people in the house, that in case of all those scenarios. So at this point I knew this is it. Something has happened, and I need to call my parent. It is very late night. I need to call my parent just to inform them what is, but I'm in lost mode. I don't know what to do. I'm just following now the directive from the police. When we went there, it took some minutes before they realized that this person is not actually dead. This person is still alive. But apparently when he goes into the coffin, from what he said, let me know, wait, I'm taking you too fast. This guy says to me that oh, okay, what has happened now after, no, I'm taking you too far, because I'm getting confused. Like I'm feeling like I'm rushing you so much, and then I'm realizing that I need to really actually go slowly. This guy, when the police confronted him and they were like, come on, are you okay? And then they had requested for extra police cover to come, because at this point our house compound was really big and we didn't know if there was anything, if there were any other people. So he gets up, they get him up, and then he's stretching. He's like also shocked. He's someone like who is dead and then he's come back to life, and we are all like in a panic mode attack. And then that is the moment now they say, okay, cool, your husband is all safe, but it seems like he's been dragged. Part 3 is here, and this is the final part of this story. I am here waiting for a big explanation to understand why someone could be staying inside a casket at night. And out of the blue, the first thing these men ask is, who called the police here? What are you doing in my house? Why are you here? You know, he looks like someone who's really been dragged and someone who's trying to recover from, you know, after a shock attack. But at the same time, he's very defensive and he's asking, why are you people in my house? And he's becoming really violent, and we are all shocked. So the police immediately orders me to get out, because at this point he's saying that I want to see my wife. Where is she? Is she the one who called you guys here? And at this point I'm like, come on, you are inside a cascade. I need to call for help. I need to call someone. This is not something that I've ever seen in my life. I was not raised like this. And now the police are like, oh, you know what, this is a police case, we need to understand what is happening, blah 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 blah. And Mr. So and so, we are going to the police custody so that we get to understand what is happening. Also, you need to be checked by the medical practitioner just to ensure that you are okay. And now he becomes so violent. He's trying to fight with the police, and he's like, this is what I do. You people, now you want to make me die. You could have waited until my time for being in a casket ends before I can come back to life. And I'm thinking, you're to life, so were you dead? In my head, I'm so confused. Guys, this is something that happened. This is not a cooked story. This is someone's stories, someone's painful past story of the things that happened to them that they never wished could ever happen to anyone else. And when this man was taken out to the, eventually they had to manage to take him to the police station. They asked me not to stay close or not for him to see me, because at this point most of his conversation, his concern is, who called you people to my house? And the police are trying now to protect me. And they said, you know what, we were just having a concern of your well-being and your welfare. You being in a casket, are you killed? Has someone maybe put you in a casket or anything? And that's why we need to understand the reason why something like that happened. or happened to you. And then he said that this is something that I do. I cannot get into so much detail, because if I tell you people the reason why I go in a casket, I will die, and I don't want to die. And he says this is a spiritual thing to me, and it is my culture as a person that I've been doing it for the longest time of my life, so I don't need to explain to anyone. Yo, I knew this is the time. This is the time that I need to go back to my parents. This is the time that I need to disappear and never ever come back. Long story short, Lioness Lizzie, as I'm talking today, is I moved away. I am not in the country. I ended up, after my parents knew about all this, and now he was trying to explain to me on the phone, and he was like, I'm so sorry, just that I didn't tell you and welcome you in my life. This is something that I wanted to share to you. I wanted to share to you when you're eventually my wife, but now that you know everything, it is upon you to choose either to stay or no, because this is me, and I will not change. This is my culture, and this is my known. This is what I do every day. I'm so sorry that I didn't tell you, but in case you want us to do life together, you're welcome to come back as my wife. But again, if in case you want to know more detail about it, please just stay away. So he was not even remorseful. He was not even sorry. He gave me two choices: to either go back and live in the same kind of his known and culture, or just stay away from him in case I was going to ask him so many questions. My listeners, this is someone's story. I know some people will be coming up with conflicting assumptions. It is okay to feel how you're feeling. If you are outside there and you have or you've gone through a story or an issue or a traumatic event that you really need to let it out of your chest, you're welcome. Come and have a conversation. Come and give and share your story. What we do in this platform is to listen and offer you an extra support where you can get helped and assisted. Thank you so much for the people who've come out and shared their stories. Anytime I bring the story outside here and post it, I make sure that I'm already willing to support you in your journey towards recovery, and to give you some appreciation of just saying something that you couldn't ever want to share with anyone else. Thank you so much, guys, for letting and allowing me into your life. So in case you have a story, in case you have something that you need to share to me, I'm not going to air everything on air. I choose something that I feel like is more, yeah. So in case you have a story, in case that is you and you need to tell me something to come and share here, I'll be out here reading your emails and your inbox.